the the local election in Turkey took place by end of March, 31st of March, and surprisingly, the ruling party AKP, or we call it AK Party, in Turkey, and its President Erdogan, has lost the major two cities, Istanbul and Ankara. Istanbul is the economic capital of Turkey, and Ankara is the capital of Turkey in terms of administration. So, two major cities are lost. Although YSK, which is called Yüksek Seçim Kurulu, is the electoral body of a state, has recognized and verified, endorsed the Republican Party's candidate as a mayor of Ankara, Mansur Yavaş. They haven't up until today, which is Saturday. They haven't announced the mayor of Istanbul yet, because AK Party is claiming that there are some electoral votes are wrong, and some of them are stolen from some boxes. They are corrupted, and so on and so forth. So we don't know yet, as of today, who is going to be mayor in Istanbul, and we do not believe that the AK Party is going to leave Istanbul so easy. Now, so what's going on in Istanbul? What's going on in Turkey? Let's go in deep analyze. Istanbul is the economic capital of Turkey, and it's the heartland of AK Party administration. Why? AK Party has won before AK Party, Erdogan has won Istanbul in 1994, the first time, which opened the door to prime minister and then to presidency. And he knows how important Istanbul is. If you are going to look at the history of Turkey after the Republic is emerged in 1923, the first industry and the economy was established in and around Istanbul. And it goes to Bursa and Kocaeli within the Trakya or Dardanelles region, and then it goes to the Aegean Sea, which is Izmir, and then it goes to Adana, the Mediterranean Sea, and Ankara, and then it goes like that. The main reason was because at that time, in 1920s, 30s, mobilization of army wasn't easy. Turkey is not a smooth area, it has mountainous area. Therefore, in order to protect the assets of the economy, they first allocate all these big factories and economy around Istanbul. So all these elites are now in Istanbul and around Istanbul. That's why the population is high. Istanbul is very much active city and the heartland of Anatolia and also Turkey. So in 1994, he realized how important Istanbul is. He started distributing the municipality resources to those elites he thinks should be won or already aligned with AK Party. Now, some of them are religious actors, some of them are businessmen, and some of them are very political leaders or important leaders within the society. But as you know, since 2012, the economy in Turkey started disrupted. 2016, there was a coup attempted by Fethullah, and then those already disrupt the economy of Turkey. Because of the attempted coup, Turkish state has already understood that they have to introduce new changes to the military or to the security forces, including the economy and the state people. So all these means or requires enormous, I would say, resources, which is US dollars or money. And since then, economy is even going into a more disturbed time era. So therefore, these resources are cut enormously. Those expenses or those resources that is now distributed to these elites or religious leaders, tribes, or populist leaders are cut greatly. So Istanbul are started getting, I will say, unrest, but not unrest like we will recognize, but unrest like, oh, there's a problem with AK Party, we started hearing the voices. So in this electoral time, 31st of March, these are now announced even higher in voice. Now almost Istanbul is won by 20,000, I would say, around. When you think the number of electors are around 10 million, 20,000 means nothing. It's like less than a 0.5%. But the importance is that it has been won by the opposition party. Now, there are two reasons why it has happened. One, opposition parties have successfully consolidated the power around one candidate. This has been done the first time. Secondly, AK Party has announced a very different tactic because of the limitations. As I told you, the economy has been disrupted since 2012. And President Erdogan already recognized that they cannot use the resources in order to influence all these policy leaders or tribal leaders and other things. So he has voiced a different tactic this time and say, unless it's me, the future of Turkey is under great perils. Which means that if you are going to elect me, the future of Turkey is guaranteed, but if you don't elect me, these are all betraying their countries, actors, and we will have a great problems in terms of security. Once you say something like that in terms of an electoral votes for the mayor position, it signals that there is a great problem within the state and the economy of the state. People understood this already. That's why they didn't turn their eyes to this, but they turned the eyes to the economy, and they see the economy is very bad. And that's why they use their votes against to President Erdogan's AK Party. That's why he has lost. AK Party, of course, understood this, but after the results are declared. That's why I don't think that in the future he is going to use this kind of tone against the other parties. So what will happen and why AK Party is so resistant to the announcement of mayor? Because as I told you, since 1994, they have been sparing resources to those people, elites in Istanbul, and winning the votes. Now it's going to be on the books to the opposition party's mayor. It means that now it's a very delicate issue. Because by resources of the state, they buy the votes, or they influence the votes, is the right one. They influence the votes, and this is not nice, so it's going to be now on the records, and it can be publicly declared and announced. So it's the misuse of the state resources to influence the future of Turkey, and it's a great accuse to ruling party, AK Party. He knows this, that's why he doesn't want to give it to any other party. He's not going to release this. So I don't know what will happen. Today is a Saturday. Up until today, we haven't heard anything about the future mayor of Turkey. But still, we think that it's a there's a great problem, and we don't think that AK Party is going to leave it very easy. For that purposes, US dollars against Turkish lira is already now started increasing. The states or the foreign states already started declaring or announcing that the opposition party leader, mayor, should be announced. And if not, there might be some actions taken against Turkey, such as freezing the candidate of Turkey to the European Union, and some also maybe I will say hesitation of investors to Turkey will take place. That's we are hearing at the moment. What Erdogan's plan for future? He has two options. Either he's going to leave it alone, and the mayor will be chosen, but it will leave him to do acquisitions in future, or he is not going to leave it alone. He will ask the electoral body organization to repeat the elections. But then the foreign states will put some kind of, I will say, burdens on Turkey in terms of economy, and the economy will be shaken, and this is going to even increase the unrest of people in Turkey, and will start bring more resilience to a party in future. So it will only threat Erdogan's 2023 presidency elections. So Erdogan has a very difficult choice ahead. We are not very sure at this moment which one he's going to opt to. In my opinion, he has to let it go because of his limitations. Either way or that, he knows that if he's going to push it hard, the resilience will increase eventually, and it will threat his presidency in future. But we will see how it's going to end up. We will report you accordingly once we are going to hear new news, hopefully within this week. Please keep with us. Thank you.